This is for the woman who has done the mindset work, but her body still doesn't feel safe. You can understand something in your mind and still feel tight in your chest. You can know you are enough and still feel your stomach clench. You can tell yourself, I'm safe, and still notice that your breath is shallow, your jaw is tight, and your body is bracing. That doesn't mean you are failing. It means confidence is not only something you think, it is mostly something your body needs to feel. This is for the woman who has done it all. Maybe you have read the books, written the journals, used affirmations, listened to podcasts, try to think better thoughts, try to be more positive, try to understand yourself. But in your mind, you actually do understand. I mean, you know you're capable. You know you're not broken. You know you do not need everyone's approval. You know you're allowed to be yourself. But then your body tells a different story. Your chest gets tight. Your stomach pulls in. Your shoulders rise. Your breath gets shallow. You freeze, you overthink, explain, please perform, or shut down. And then you wonder, why do I know better, but I still don't feel better? And that is what I want to talk about today. Please type hashtag live if you're listening to this live, or hashtag replay if you're watching it later. So, my first point is that overthinking can be a way of living your body. You know, sometimes overthinking is not the problem itself. It is the way we avoid feeling what the body already knows. You see, for a long time, I thought the answer was in my mind. If I could understand more, analyze more, journal more, find the right explanation, find the right sentence, find the right thought, then maybe I would finally feel confident. And of course, understanding matters. But I started seeing that my mind was not actually helping me come home to myself. It was helping me escape myself. Because as long as I was analyzing, I did not have to feel the tightness in my chest. I did not have to notice the breath I was holding. I did not have to feel the anxiety in my stomach. I did not have to admit my body did not feel safe. And overthinking is not intelligence, okay? It's actually a self-protection in those cases. Wrong one, but still self-protections. And I did not lose my confidence. I left my body behind, not because I did something wrong, not because I was broken, but because I had learned to live from the neck up, thinking, solving, managing, understanding, controlling. But you cannot think your way into a body that still feels unsafe. And if you know what I'm talking about, just write in the comments safe. And if you know what it feels like to live in your mind and barely notice your body. But your body is actually telling the truth long before your mind is ready. And that's my second point. The body often speaks through sensations before we have words. And your body has its own language. It may not speak in sentences. It speaks through tightness, through shallow breath, through tension in jaw, through a stomach that clenches, through exhaustion that does not make sense, through the urge to freeze, to live, to push, to please or control. And for a long time, many of us were taught to ignore that language. Push harder, keep going, be professional, don't be dramatic, don't be too sensitive, don't make it a big deal. So the body whispers, and then it speaks louder, and then it starts interrupting the life we're trying so hard to manage. And I remember one night when I found myself on the floor with my hands on my belly, chest tight, breath almost stopped. My mind has all the tools, affirmations, understanding, all of it. But my body was saying something very simple: I do not feel safe. And that was the moment I understood. I was not going to solve this only by thinking better thoughts. I had to learn to listen lower, deeper. The body does not need you to argue with it, it needs you to listen. Confidence returns when you stop forcing and start listening. And that's my third point for today. Embodied confidence is not loud, it is steady. And when I say confidence lives in the body, I do not mean that thoughts do not matter, they do. But real confidence is not only a sentence you repeat, it's a felt sense. It is the feeling of standing in yourself, breathing a little deeper, being able to pause, being able to say no without collapsing, being able to say yes without abandoning yourself, without feeling the guilt, being able to feel emotion without becoming afraid of it. And that kind of confidence is quieter. It's not performance, it's not look at me thing, it's not pretending nothing touches you. It is the body slowly learning. I'm here. I can feel this. I can stay with myself. I do not have to leave myself to be safe. And this is why small body practices matters. Not because they magically fix everything, but because they begin rebuilding trust between you and yourself. Confidence is not always a thought you believe. It is a breath you finally allow. And please comment hashtag listen if you're ready to stop fighting your body and start listening to it. So let's do something very simple together today. You can stay exactly where you are. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, if that feels okay. And now you just notice. Am I breathing high in my chest? Am I holding my stomach? Are my shoulders lifted? Is my jaw tight? And there's no need to fix anything. Just notice. Now take one slow breath in and a longer breath out. And on the exhale, let your shoulder drop even 1 millimeter. That is enough. Not a performance, not a technique to get right. Just one moment of returning to yourself. And this is where confidence starts to feel different, not as performance, but as contact. And before we close today, I want to leave you with this. You're not failing because you still feel anxious after doing the mindset work. You're not broken because your body need more time to feel safe. And you may simply be learning to come back to a part of yourself you had to leave behind for a while. And if you're tired of proving, achieving, carrying, analyzing, and still feeling like somehow you're not enough, I have a free resource that can help you gently look at what may really be underneath that feeling. And if a part of why your body feels tense is fear of being judged, fear of being seen, fear of being wrong, fear of disappointing people, or fear that you're not enough as you are, I also have a gentle $7 course that helps you begin releasing the fear of judgment and shame in a more embodied way. I'll put both links in the comments below. And if this conversation helped you feel a little more connected to yourself, subscribe. Because I'm going live for 30 days and we're talking about confidence, self trust, emotional safety, clarity, overthinking, embodiment, exhaustion, and how to come home to yourself. But for today, I want you to remember this: you do not need another thought to prove you are safe. You need one truthful breath that brings you back to yourself. Thank you for being here and come home to yourself.